We're all set for the second half of this scoreless battle for the Eastern Conference Championship at Crispin Field. Weather conditions now a little bit overcast, 43 degrees. The winds southwest at 12 miles per hour. In the 40s, crowd enjoying it, and if you're home, we certainly hope you enjoy the second half. Tim Ruddy will get the kickoff here in the second half.
Wouldn't it be ironic if a special play did something to break this game open?
Here is Ruddy's kick, deep. Masic and Kowalski. Kowalski at the 8-yard line. A blocker in front of him. He's to the 10, to the 15. Kowalski to the 20, and bear hugged down at the 24-yard line by Sean Colo.
Well, right off the kickoff, again, the kids tackling and making defensive plays, setting the standard for what we're going to see in the second half.
So what do you think, Joe? Do you think right away Berwick tries to reestablish the line of scrimmage and go with the run, or do they go with that little look into Woodashik that worked a couple of times at the end of the first half?
I think they don't believe they can win the line of scrimmage. It's probably going to be something fancy, some kind of pass play, short passing game, and maybe more Kelchner running.
4 receivers out there.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Let's see if the play changes have been made. It is just a quarterback keeper and sneaks out to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the play for Joe Kelchner.
And that was Dave Silvestrini finishing off the play there for Dunmore, making sure that Kelchner doesn't break through and go for a touchdown, because that's what would have happened.
Well, you know what? A game like this especially, when nobody's scoring, the kids are even more cautious. You don't want to let a big play happen because it's going to be very difficult for any team to score twice in this game.
Second and 3. The ball at the 29-yard line. Dunmore stacks up its defense with 8 men on the line. Kelchner set to work. Kelchner gives to the last man through. Kowalski finds a hole. 35. Kowalski dragged down by Tom Marquez over the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Just a nice little off-tackle play.
And their biggest run from scrimmage this game, no doubt about it.
Now watch the blocking on the right side.
Number 72, nice block.
Follows him right through the hole.
That's Brad Winter with a great block there to open that hole.
So the Bucks on the prowl. There's Little Joe, 5'10", 170 pounds to the junior. First and 10, the ball at the 44-yard line. 2 big plays for the Bulldogs, opening up the second half. This time they give the gun to Kowalski. And Kowalski crosses the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Pavlovsky and Ruddy right there. Those are the guys, Hopkins, Ruddy, Pavlovsky. It's almost impossible to run anything over the middle of those guys. That's why Berwick has been trying to go a little bit outside, off tackle, and outside, even around the ends.
There's Big Tim Ruddy. All Division I colleges, universities after this guy. Notre Dame, Penn State, Pitt, West Virginia, Syracuse. 2nd and 7 for the Dogs. On the move, this time Kowalski for the 4th straight time. And the little guy gambles and is over into Buck territory at the 48-yard line.
Same play, we just saw it.
Well, I guess the Bulldogs have decided they are going to try to control the line of scrimmage and show Dunmore what they're made of. And once again, look at them clear it out over there.
That time they made the block on Pavlovsky. It sets up a 3rd and 2.
So here in the third period, 9:52, and the Bulldogs in Dunmore territory at the 49-yard line. Kelchner has everybody split wide right, wide left. 3 receivers on the left side. Kelchner, another quarterback sneak, and Kelchner is over the 45 to the 43.
And enough for the first down.
Very similar to the opening quarter of this game when Berwick came out, drove down the field, and then turned the ball over. But this drive is similar to that, at least in the early stages.
And it's the first time the Berwick crowd has really done much for quite a while, and they're happy that their Bulldogs are showing some signs of the undefeated team that started this game.
All right, the drive is in high gear now for the Dogs. First and 10 at the 43-yard line, and the referee stops the play.
Procedure against Berwick.
Yeah, 72.
Little movement there on the right-hand side of the line.
Okay, dead ball. False start, 72.
And that's rare that they give us the number in high school. Usually you don't point out the kid, but you see he was a little aggressive. Again, a lot of this off-tackle stuff, it looks like they're trying to work, trying to get outside of these big kids from Dunmore.
So it's first and 15 at the 48-yard line. Kelchner now has Anderson in the backfield along with Kowalski. And Joe steps back into the pocket, looks for Woodishik. It is intercepted.
Sure is. It sure is.
Yes, it is.
Tommy Golden with the interception.
I'll tell you what.
Woodishik with the little curl in there.
See, they've gone to that play about 3 times in this game, and this time Golden saw it coming. He steps right inside. Now watch. Looking to your right side. Woodishik just that little 5 yards across the middle. Golden knows it's coming, steps in front. You know, that's a gamble. He misses that. You know where Woodishik is.
He's
in the
gone.
end zone.
Excellent play by Tommy Golden. Here it is again, very quickly. Look at him step right in front of Woodishik. Nice play.
Dunmore with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And Rory Altman gets the carry, but he hits the stone wall of big dogs led by Sean Carden, the transfer player from Vestal, New York.
And boy, they play some big-time football up in Vestal, New York, too, let me tell you.
Had no playing time up there. He was 19 years old, actually. Couldn't play up there, so they moved down here, and there he is.
250-pound senior. That is a big, tough kid.
Another year of eligibility in Pennsylvania, unlike New York. When you're 19, you cannot play. 2nd down and 9 for the Bucks in the I formation. Wing back to the left side, and it's to Rory Altman. Altman to the 45. Altman nearing mid-stride. Altman still on his feet. Altman to the 40, the 35, and knocked out of bounds, and Altman shifted into high gear.
And let me tell you guys, that's the first down for Dunmore in this football game. There it is. It comes early in the 3rd quarter, but Dunmore's 1st down.
What I tell you about Altman, once he gets open, he really flies.
Well, it starts off like it's going to be a little sweep to the left, and then they pitch it off this way, and Altman takes it around the right side. Great blocking.
Great misdirection play also. They really had the Berwick line going the other way.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now it's the Bucks on the move with 7:44 left to go in the 3rd period. It's scoreless, and looks like the Buck, or rather the Dogs, a little bit outside or drawn off.
They were drawn off. This, by the way, is Dunmore's
right
deepest penetration of the football game.
False start. Offense.
Boy, each team realizes how big one score is going to be. We're already halfway through this 3rd quarter just about. There's no score. This, a key drive for Dunmore.
There's Rory Altman, 5'11", 180 pounds, and he can book once he gets that ball in his hand. Much like Kowalski on the other side.
1st
Berwick.
and 15 now at the 40-yard line. And Silvestrini is hammered down right at the line of scrimmage again by Sean Carden, the nose guard.
Well, they are playing tough up front of that line of scrimmage. Nobody's getting anything up the middle. Berwick has gotten a couple little things with that quarterback play, but other than that, nothing.
You know, and you have to hand it to Carden and the rest of the interior line for staying home on that play, despite the fact that Dunmore's last play was a big gainer to the outside.
Jackie Henzes studying his charges right there, wondering what the next move will be. The ball is just a shade inside the 39-yard line. This is Marquez, slips a little bit, completes the pass, however, to Golden. Golden to the 35, tries to hug the chalk line, but is hemmed out of bounds somewhere near the 25-yard line. Or the 28-yard line. Watch it again.
Berwick missing a couple of tackles out here. This is a real quick little flare out. Now here's the play right here. He misses it. When Forrest misses it, he drives the ball to the outside, allows him to get a couple extra, but it still sets up a 3rd down.
And they need 3 yards. The ball at the 28-yard line.
Now normally on a play such as this, 3rd and 3, they would go to their big gun, Silvestrini, the sophomore in the backfield. But I got a feeling the way this line play is going today, you might see a little sweep play with Golden coming around the other side.
Garvey wide to the right side as Marquez gets set to go. Gives to Silvestrini. He does not get the 1st down. He's down near the 25-yard line.
He's very close. He's probably about a foot, maybe, let's see where he's about a yard away, and I think they'll go for it down
Absolutely.
there. 4th down and about a foot and a half.
Because they're not going to punt him any deeper, and they're not going to try a field goal, because I'm not so sure that Timmy Ruddy in this kind of turf is going to get off a good kick from what would be about 40 yards.
See, one thing they do not want to do is take a timeout to talk about it. They're going to save those for late in the game when they may really need them.
Excuse me, Paul, but you might see Dunmore try to pull Berwick's old trick of shifting and drawing the other team offside.
All right, will it be Marquez for the sneak or the carry by Silvestrini? And there is the penalty. Marker's down. And if it's against Dunmore, it's costly.
They tried it, but it wasn't going to work.
It's a dead ball foul. False start. Right. Still 4th down.
They're still going to go for it. They're still going to go for it. Now they'll try one of those little throws, I think, to maybe the halfback coming out of the backfield. But down here, you're looking at the 30-yard line. It sets up a 4th and 6 instead of a 4th and 1.
Don't think field goal would be a 47-yard attempt if they went for it. And now I believe the Bucks want a timeout to talk over this big critical game. All right, there's no score. 6:19 left to go. We'll be back with more playoff action. The big important play, 4th down. They need 6 if they want to keep the drive alive in a scoreless Eastern Conference Championship game. In that Penn State game, the Lions leading Pitt 10-3 with 4 minutes to go in the half. Here it's scoreless. Marquez puts the man in motion to the left side. He's going to pass for the 6-yard. Looking. Finds a hole. Marquez, does he make it or doesn't he?
Did not get it.
Nope.
Everything was covered up for Berwick. Great job on the defense by Berwick, and that is like a turnover.
Watch this close right up here. Watch number 89 for Berwick. And number 80.
He's covered, as you can
That's Altman.
see.
Yeah, good coverage by Kelchner there on Altman. So it's Berwick's ball.
6 minutes to go. The ball at the 25-yard line. The Dogs now will get their second chance here in the 3rd period with Kelchner. The field general out there gives to Kowalski. He's run for most of the yardage here in the second half. And Kowalski is out across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
That's the same play they've been running right off right guard. Ruddy's being handled there quite nicely, by the way, and they pushed the other guys to the right, and there's the big gainer.
And again, let's give credit where credit is due. Number 72 for Berwick, Brad Winter with a great block there to open that up. That's about the 4th time he's done that in the second half.
664 yards rushing for Joe, 9 TDs and 60 points. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Kelchner has Kowalski, and the little guy gets another chance to carry, but this time he's met and hammered down.
I think that was Tommy Hopkins that made the stop. There's a flag down on the play.
Personal foul. That's a big one, 15 yards.
Against Dunmore. And a time of the game that you could not get careless.
That's a big penalty. Well, Dunmore made a great big play on defense.
They'll mark it at the 49-yard line, and the Bulldogs now with 5 minutes and 17 seconds in Buck territory with another 1st and 10, and out of the huddle they come.
Third quarter.
Third quarter rather.
I'd strike quickly here.
Kelchner moves his men out of the backfield and sets Kowalski there all alone. 3 receivers right side. Kowalski gets the carry. Again dives off the left side between Robsock and Kachurka and gets a couple.
This is a one-score football game, guys. I don't think there's any question about it. Berwick has had most of the opportunities this afternoon. They have been down deep a couple of times near the end of the half. Couldn't put it in. A couple of turnovers by both teams. But right now, this is a one-score football game.
I thought that a couple of years ago in the semifinal between Tunkhannock and Berwick, when Tunkhannock scored first with about a minute to go in the game, and then Berwick ran a kickback on the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. That was one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen. That was the last game, by the way, that Berwick lost. 7-6, I do believe, was the final score in that game. And we'll be back with a scoreless game here with just 4:27 left in the third. Dunmore, Berwick, 0-0. Welcome back, third quarter action. Dunmore, Berwick, Eastern Conference Class 1 Championship. No score. Just want to correct myself, by the way. Should Berwick win this game today, they would go on and play Manheim Township next week in the first round of the state AAA playoffs.
They shift out of the I formation. Double receivers to the left side. Garvey to the right side. Here is Kelchner going on a naked rollback. Oh, he's picked up in the air and slammed down a bear hug. Looked like a couple of wrestlers with a slammer right there.
Watch the block by number 84 here. He just drives his man off the ball.
That's Bob Vosberg. And they come out of the huddle now with a third. They need just a yard to keep up the drive in the third period. 3:55 remaining, scoreless tie. Kelchner, quarterback sneak, wants the first down and appears to have it.
He's got the first. And Berwick, no question about it, has controlled the football game in the second half. They've driven down. One drive ended by an interception. This is their second drive. Started back on the 30. Now it's taken them into midway into Dunmore territory. They seem to have regained control of the line of scrimmage, especially on those little off-tackle and outside plays.
And maybe the Dunmore defense is starting to get a little weary right now.
Well, they only been with 23 kids or so.
It's not easy.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Fake to the line. There is Kelchner, and he's ankle tackled in his own backfield.
Great play by Scott McAllister.
Well, that's a big play. You very seldom see Kelchner get caught in the backfield. Here comes McAllister now. He's got a shot at him right around the ankles.
He goes for no gain. It'll be marked right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Berwick with everything on the line. 27-game winning streak. Eastern Conference Championship. Number 1 in the state. Number 4 in the nation. And a chance to go to the state playoff, but they need the victory. They're trying to pick up their first score of the ball game here in the third quarter, and the handoff is again to Kowalski. Left to room. He's to the 20. Kowalski off balance is down inside the 15-yard line.
And the ground saved Dunmore that time. He was gone.
Oh, what a call. What a great call by Berwick. Tommy Golden saves the touchdown by just getting him around the ankle. But look at this. Little draw play. We haven't seen this all day. Oh, my, great call. Now watch Golden just get him around the ankle. Right there, just to slow him down enough to touch the ground at the 15-yard line.
24-yard carry by Joe Kowalski. Wants to put the Bulldogs in business. They're barking at the door now with 2:24 remaining. Again, Kowalski. Another big hole. Spins, twists, and turns and down inside the 10.
They are really blowing the doors open now.
They are starting to really dominate the line of scrimmage. They're blocking for everybody now.
They're inside the 10, second down and 4 yards to go. With less than 2 minutes to go in the third period, nobody has been able to dent the goal line. But the Dogs are trying to do it right here. Kelchner spins around, gives to Kowalski again. He's the big guy. He's trying to fight his way in, but he's hemmed in just short of the goal line.
It'll be a first down. What a great drive by Berwick. Started back on the 30-yard line. He does not want to go down. I thought he's down here, then here. He's still up. Finally, he's denied at the 1-yard line.
13 carries for this little guy, and he's got 71 yards on the afternoon.
Fred Garvey keeping him out of the end zone there with that up-high tackle, or he could have possibly dove into the end zone.
All right, let's see if Kelchner gives it to his bread and butter runner once again on the 1st and goal to go. Kelchner with a long count tries to sneak it in. He does. Touchdown, Berwick lead.
That was a classic drive. Great drive.
And how many times this year has Kelchner done that? Finish the drive with that little...
He's just going to go right over the middle there.
Top.
Wherever there's a place, he's in.
He's in.
Started back on the 30-yard line after on 4th down and 6. Dunmore went for it, did not convert. And the big personal foul also a factor in that drive.
Kelchner now will attempt the extra point. He's kicked 27 this year that were good. There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. And it is no good.
Short.
So very big missed extra point by Kelchner, and Berwick leads 6-0.
You know what happened? Penetration by Dunmore. And he had to bring it up a little higher than he thought. It was short. It's 6-0 Berwick. We got a minute 18 to go in the third.
Ready for the kickoff after the TD. That is John Bowman, number 74. Ready to boot it away. Golden, along with DePietro or Deep, Rory Altman. 45-yard line. And it's going to be Golden, or rather DePietro. Hits a stone wall and is banged down at the 24-yard line.
Berwick is looking for a fumble, but it's down right there. Folks, this is the football game as far as I'm concerned. Dunmore doesn't do anything with this one. It's all over.
Here's Kelchner again on the touchdown. At the door. Needs to get one. No problem with the offensive line just leading the way.
58 seconds remaining in the third period. Well over 10,000 fans here at Crispin Field for this classic battle of the decade, the game of the decade. 6-0 Berwick. The extra point miss looms big right now if Dunmore should score. Marquez hands to Golden. He had the big run earlier that was nullified and sprints out across the 30-yard line.
Well, this now is where poise comes into play. You're down at Berwick. You're down by a touchdown. You're playing the defending state champs. And this is where it's gut check time. This is where you find out about the character of a football team. Jack Henzes has been here before, but for his kids, this is a new experience. And now is the time to find out if these kids can do it.
Out of the huddle they come now with a big 2nd and 3. The ball at the 31-yard line. Garvey split wide to the left side. Marquez gives to the first man through. That should be Silvestrini, but he just crawled for a yard or so. DePietro, the tailback. And did not make the first down.
There's also a penalty on the play. I do believe there's some kind of an illegal block on the play.
It's the end of the quarter. We're going to switch sides.
So it's the end of 3 periods of play here at Crispin Field. The score, Berwick 6, Dunmore nothing. And the fans are hooting and hollering.
It's going to set Berwick or Dunmore up with, it looks to me like about a 3rd and 1.
We're down to the final 12 minutes of this ball game, unless there's a tie, of course. Berwick leading Dunmore 6-0. Dunmore with a critical play here. 3rd and 1 at the 33-yard line. They need less than the yard, really, for a first down.
Well, I guess it's time to bring out the dice now and gamble. 3rd and 1 at the 33-yard line. Berwick fans are hooting and hollering. Dunmore fans standing across the way. Marquez has everybody in tight. The running backs are in the eye. Hesitation on the line. Let's see what the yellow flags are going to be all about.
It's a procedure. Dunmore really getting caught with some critical mistakes here. The big 15-yarder to help Berwick's drive, and now there you see the movement on the line.
Third and 6 and 3rd and 1 is a whole different story at this stage of the game.
Change your mind now and punt?
No, well, he'll punt if he doesn't make this for sure.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Marquez now. A big play coming up for the Bucks, trailing 6-0. We just opened the 4th and final period here at Crispin Field.
Everybody will be coming here.
Marquez with Silvestrini in the backfield. Looks the pass. A clothesline pass. It's complete to the 45-yard line.
Altman. Rory Altman, the big play guy every time.
What a great play. Marty Force hammered him. Let me tell you, Force hit him, and he still held on to the ball. What a big 3rd down play by Dunmore. And don't think that won't loosen up the secondary a little bit. Perfect pass, and look at the hit right there. He sticks him.
He split the defenders right there with a threaded needle. Here we go. Out of the huddle they come at the 45-yard line. Altman wide to the right side. It's 1st and 10. Marquez fakes to the first guy through, gets to Golden around the end around, and Golden has his feet come out from under him.
That's not the place to try to make a cut, as we can see.
Well, you know, the Berwick defense, though, again, played that perfectly. Watch how they stand up their blockers. They never give the kid a chance to sweep because they're just standing up, waiting for him. He's got to cut inside finally. Great job by Berwick's defense stringing that out.
Especially the linebackers. Great pursuit of swinging to that side of the field.
Right there, he tries to make the cut. You see his foot goes out from underneath him, and it's been that way for all of the backs today.
But Dwayne Koch just kind of followed him right out there. Cutting off that lane. Golden tried to make the cut, just couldn't do it.
And Dunmore has used its second time out. They used too much time. They didn't know what play to call, and now they've used their second time out.
We'll have to remember that one late in the game to see if it makes a difference. Wanted to mention this before. You see Coach Curry of Berwick in the middle of his huddle down there on the field. You will not see Dunmore do that. For some reason, they prefer to just stick with the coaches on the sidelines, but Coach Curry, as long as I can remember, has always been going out to the huddle that way and feels more comfortable operating in that position.
And always in the camouflage jacket and the white slacks and the wise potato chip hat.
The only thing about the camouflage jacket, though, is because everybody else is wearing blue and white, he's the easiest one to see out there.
Well, 2nd down and 10 for Dunmore in what I think is probably their critical drive of the game. If they don't score here, they probably may not see the football again. And if they do, they may be 2 scores down. It'll be too late.
There's where they fry the delicious French fries that we hope to have after the game. The wheels are turning, you know, guys, down across the field now with Coach Jack Henzes, Paul Maranka, and the rest of the crew. Incidentally, all of his assistant coaches played at one time or another for Coach Jack Henzes.
This is the time of the game where the kids are tired. Remember, we told you, most of these kids go both ways, especially for Dunmore. Berwick has a little bit more depth, but right now, George Curry isn't bringing in the 2nd and 3rd troops. There's no JV in there right now.
Deep thought by Jack Henzes, the head coach, contemplating the next call. It is 2nd down and 9 at the Buck 45-yard line. They trail 6-0. Back to pass. Marquez, look out. Hit high and hit hello by a couple of Bulldogs, and down he goes.
Jason Slusher made that play. He forced it outside.
And Marquez was looking for a face mask penalty on this play.
Now, critical 3rd down and 18, and I don't know if Dunmore even has a play in there that'll work against this defense, especially with the penetration now of this Berwick defense.
Well, the Bulldogs seem to have shut down the offense of Dunmore. 3rd and 18 at the 34-yard line. Couple of receivers wide right as Marquez looks left. He looks, throws, complete to Silvestrini coming out of the backfield. The tough, gutsy guy pulls a couple of tacklers to the 41-yard line.
Did you see what happened on this play? He looked to the right short, the 2 of his backs coming out of the field, out of the backfield, and then Silvestrini had time to break over them. Watch it now. He's going to look to the right first. Then he finds his man open over the middle. What a big 1st down, and that's 2 huge 1st downs for Dunmore in this drive.
In the same area that Altman caught that pass not too long ago. They like that medium depth pass.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And there's another pass to Golden, but it bounces off the ground in front of him.
That was tipped at the line of scrimmage, I'll bet.
Marquez, if there's any advantage at quarterback, it's that Marquez this year has thrown the ball quite a bit more. He's thrown for almost 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. So a team that needs a big play now to keep a drive going, they're used to doing this by moving the ball down the field quickly.
Here's Coach Curry, hammering at his players, tipping the hat, some kind of a signal, and here come the Bucks now. It is 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. 9:25 here the 4th period to go. Again, Silvestrini from the big fullback, who rushed for 674 yards and stopped dead in his tracks.
And you wonder how many times Dunmore can keep converting these 3rd and long plays.
There are already 2 more than I figured on this drive, and now, again, they're looking at 3rd and 10. The only good thing about this is at least by moving down the field, if they don't get a score here, it's possible they could still pin Berwick deep and get a chance to come back later.
Maybe hope for a turnover of some kind. Or
by driving them back, at least by moving the ball down the field now, they've changed their odds a little bit of maybe getting a second shot at it.
All right, let's see if Marquez decides to go to the air. He needs 10 yards on 3rd down at the 41-yard line. Marquez deep in the pocket. Look, trying to run out of the pocket. Look, and the fires, but batted down. Incompleted pass.
Almost intercepted.
A lot of Bulldogs right there.
And Tom Robsock, number 75 for Berwick, watch him. He gets a handle on the ball here. He almost gets the interception. Watch it here. Hello. That would have been the ball game there.
Now it's a big 4th and 10 for Dunmore. They're at the 40. They're not thinking punt at all here. Or they are thinking punt. The strategy here now is to drive one deep down the field and pin Berwick deep with 8 minutes left in the game.
All right, Silvestrini will punt. There is nobody back there to receive.
Watch the fake.
4th and 10. Silvestrini truly will let it go into the air. Let's see where it bounces. Will it stay in bounds? Inside the 5 and into the end zone. It'll be brought out to the 20-yard line.
That was a fine punt. It just didn't die like they thought it would in that grass down there. So Berwick will take over at their own 20, and they answer the call on defense. 8:25 to go in the ball game. Berwick leading Dunmore 6-0.
Just a reminder, after this ball game, we'll be going to Michigan for the Ohio State-Michigan football game. We'll join it in progress, and that's a big one. Winner goes to the Rose Bowl.
Well, Berwick now has its destiny in its own hands. If it drives down the field, it wins the football game.
And I doubt if you'll see him throw the ball.
At the 20, again Kowalski. He's the guy that's got all the yardage for the Bulldogs. He twists out to the 27-yard line.
And this is not a play that we haven't seen. This is work all afternoon. We have a Dunmore player down right now. It's Pawlowski, Tom Pawlowski. He has played every play in this game. He plays both ways.
You got to hope it's just the wind.
Look at
knocked
this.
Out of him.
Number 21 tailback. Carried 16 times, 77 yards.
There's number 70, Tom Pawlowski, the youngster they're working on right now down on the field. And hopefully Tom will be able to continue. He'll have to come out for at least one play, however.
Berwick came out, got 7 yards on its first possession, and they know now, with only 8 minutes left in the game, they don't even have to score another touchdown. All they have to do is control the football. Pawlowski's up, and he's not even going off the field, although he'll have to but he'll be back on the next play.
He didn't want to, though, did he, Joe?
All right, the referee, Jim Kimmel, swings the arm around. The clock will start moving. The ball at the 27-yard line. 2nd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. 4th quarter. Still a lot of time remaining. 8 minutes and a second to go. Joe Keltner, the man who scored the only touchdown of the ball game, this time will hide it on his hip. Bootlegs it to the 30, to the 35. Keltner to the 40. What a nifty bootleg play by Keltner.
He was tiptoeing there, but did a great job of spinning out and getting all the way out to the 41-yard line, and another Berwick first down. Here it is again.
I think the Dunmore kids are getting tired. I really do. Look at this now. Berwick just standing them up.
Remember what I said at halftime about the 4th quarter conditioning. This may be what the ball game has come down to. We've seen Berwick do it time and time and time again.
At the 41-yard line.
Procedure on Berwick.
Again, penalties in the backfield against the Bulldogs.
And that's the kind of thing Coach Curry really won't tolerate at this time of the game.
Offense. 72.
You might be able to hear him yelling in the background.
We can hear him.
They've got the game in their control right now, and the last thing they need to do is put themselves in a position where they need to make more yardage. They don't want to give the ball back to Dunmore.
And that also stops the clock, by the way, for at least a few seconds. Just about 7 minutes to go in this one, if it stays this way. If it's tied, we go to overtime.
So it's 1st and 15 now at the 36-yard line. Keltner to Kowalski. Look at the holes open up for Kowalski. And Kowalski is tripped up at the 42-yard line. 17 carries for Kowalski, and he's almost nearing the 100-yard mark in rushing.
Berwick seems to be stronger now at this time of the football game. They're making bigger blocks. They are driving the Dunmore people off the ball, and that's pretty much been the story of the second half.
If Dunmore gives up over 100 yards rushing, it'll be only the 5th time this year that's happened. So Mr. Kowalski is making his mark against the Bucks today.
And that's team-wise.
They got him.
And again, the yellow flags are out, this time by the head linesman. Let's see who moved.
I think that's offside this time, Paul. I think Berwick caught him.
He's calling it on us. Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense.
Jack Henzes again pacing up and down the sidelines, wondering what he can do to get his hands on the ball yet one more time here in the fourth quarter. But the Bulldogs moving methodically down the field now. With 6:12 left to go, they give it a 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line. Again, Kowalski. Now this time he is going to be hammered down by DiPietro. Number 20, DiPietro hammers down Kowalski.
Sets up a key 3rd and 4.
Watch Fred Garvey come up here and just hammer this guy.
This is the first time, by the way, that Berwick has not been able to drive this guy off the block.
Fred Garvey wanted to make sure that Kowalski didn't get any farther than he was. And a little help there also from Rory Altman. This is a big play in this ball game.
At the 47-yard line, 3rd down and 4 now. A big call. Big play for the Dunmore defense. Kelchner. Option play. Kelchner looking for the hole, and he is at the 48-yard line, short of the first down.
He's got 3 yards. He'll bring up a 4th and 3. And the only smart thing to do here is to punt the ball and make Dunmore drive it down the field.
Watch the pursuit here on the right side to close it off. Kelchner tried to go up that little seam there and just couldn't do it.
Now, they have to be careful not to be drawn offside. We've seen Berwick do this, come out of the ship,
Time and time again.
they're not punting, folks.
Now they shift out of it.
They did it. They drew him offsides.
And the amazing thing is that teams know it's coming. They know it's coming.
Oh, my.
And Jack Henzes knew it was coming too.
Poor Tom Gallagher. He's so anxious to get in there, maybe make the big play, and jumped off sides. And Berwick has done that so often, so well. And with 4 minutes left, that could have been the play that did it.
1st and 10 inside Dunmore territory at the 47-yard line. Big mistake by the Bucks may cost them the ball game. This is Kowalski again. Kowalski squirts through. Boy, I'll tell you, he makes a lot of fortune out of a little daylight as he's inside the 40 to the 35 and 36, and now tempers flaring just a wee bit.
Here's Kowalski again.
What a game Kowalski's having.
Great block there.
Give all the credit right now to Berwick's offensive line. In the 2nd quarter of this game, Dunmore seemed to dominate.
I think you could possibly see some more big plays here go for a little farther than maybe they should, because Berwick's going to be, or rather Dunmore is going to be trying to strip the ball rather than just tackle the runner. And you know, that's when big plays can happen. Looks like they have the first here.
That little guy right there with 91 yards rushing has been the mainstay of the running attack here in the 2nd half.
Just 4 minutes left in this ball game, and Dunmore needs the football now, and they do not have it.
Berwick very slow coming out of the huddle. Kelchner over his center. Troy Kaczurka does not give. This time, here he comes. Naked reverse to the 30, to the 25, and sliced down at the 25-yard line. Here's the quarterback on the keeper play.
All they have to do is hold on to the football.
Looks like he's got another first down to me.
Yep. First down.
Well, I can't think of any other quarterback around I want to have holding the football right now than Kelchner. Going to get to the extra yardage. He does keep that ball out a little bit. And boy, we'll go back to that critical 4th down and 3. Berwick
with that missed extra point, leading 6-0, looking for a little more insurance now as they're at the 25-yard line. Kowalski, look at him, spin, turn, and bang down at the 21-yard line.
And Dave Silvestrini, number 40 for Dunmore, trying desperately to get that ball out of the hands of Kowalski.
And remember, Dunmore only has one more timeout.
We're down to 3 minutes and counting.
Second down and 7. A 74-yard drive in the third period produced the score for Berwick. Kelchner's try for the extra point was no good, and that's the only scoring we have in the ball game. After a lot of fumbles, interceptions, miscues in the first half. Second and 7.
There it is again.
Kelchner with a keeper play, knocked down at the 20-yard line.
Now Dunmore may try to stop the clock here. Okay, here comes another critical third down, obviously. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, 3rd and 5.
Official timeout.
Official timeout for somebody's headgear inspection.
Watch number 61, Timmy Ruddy. He wants to clean Kelchner's clock there and get that ball loose.
Hopkins turned it inside, though. Give him credit. 3rd down, 5.
The Bulldogs 20 yards away from putting one more on the scoreboard. The clock shows exactly 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 6-0. Kelchner keeps it for the 3rd time in a row and squeezes inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
And now 4th down,
And
3. They'll go for it.
And you'll see the shift again. I guarantee it. They'll go with the shift again. And again,
Dunmore.
the big play here, Timmy Ruddy.
Dunmore has called its final timeout. So with 1:45 left to go, 4th and 3. There's no way they're going to try to kick a field goal here. They will just try to get the first down. If they don't, they'll say, okay, Dunmore, you got 1:30 to drive 90 yards on us.
Now this is a case where if I were Coach Henzes, I'd almost call the entire defensive unit over the sidelines and say, look, guys, you have to stay honest on this snap. I don't care what they do back there. You don't move across that line until the ball's snapped. And I'm sure Coach Curry is planning on some kind of a shift. They have several different patterns they will go into to pull that off.
Well, Tim, we've seen a lot of football this year. There's no doubt in my mind I'm looking at the 2 best football teams in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Unequivocally.
And if the score stays the same, they'll still both be in the playoffs. Dunmore against South Williamsport and Berwick against Manheim Township.
Actually, Paul, I do believe that's Manheim Central.
Okay, this is it. Key.
4th and 3. Shane Dietrich in the backfield with the cleanest shirt on the field. Kelchner spins around, gives to Kowalski. He got it, and more.
That's the football game. That's it.
10.
It's all over. Great call. What a great call. Again, experience, depth, great football team. They needed 3 yards for the first down, and with 1:30 and no timeout.
Look at that.
All they have to do now is sit on the ball.
How about that block by number 74 for Berwick? John Bowman, what a block there on that play.
The 2-hour war is about to come to an end as Kelchner just falls down to the ground.
Okay, calm down over there. Let's go. It's been a great football game. We've got state playoffs coming up, guys. And for people who might be confused why Dunmore and Berwick play each other in the Eastern Conference, because in the Eastern Conference, Dunmore plays up a couple of classes and they play in Division I, but in the States they are a Class A school, so they will go to the Class A playoffs, and Dunmore will go in Class AAA.
Berwick has just been called for a delay of game.
That's not going to hurt them at this point.
Not really.
1:06 left to go, 6-0 Berwick. They have the ball. They don't have to run a play. All they have to do is sit on it. And they're going to have to put a couple of seconds left on the clock.
They want
4 seconds.
1:15 reset on the clock. 1:15.
Coach Curry doesn't agree, but it really doesn't make any difference because Dunmore doesn't have any timeouts left.
1:15 is what he's saying.
And once George gave the okay for him to move it, he moved it. Forget what the official said.
And the scoreboard operator seated
What are you
right
trying to
below
say,
us here
Joe?
corrects the clock.
Now everybody in the crowd is chanting 115.
And there it is. We've got 115 on the clock. It'll be a 1st and 15 to Berwick. So it's just a question of time, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed our game. Remember, Ohio State, Michigan will join it in progress right after this ball game.
Yeah, they should be in the third quarter about the time we get there.
First and 15 for Berwick. They'll chew out the clock now as Kelchner just spins, falls to the ground, and the clock will continue to move. And it's just a question of time now that the parades and celebrations begin here in Berwick.
And the great thing for us is we've got 2 more teams going to the state playoffs instead of 1. If you think about it now, we have 4 teams with South Williamsport, Montoursville, Berwick, and Dunmore all playing in the state playoffs.
And it's a real commentary for the area about just how good football is, that 4 teams from our viewing area are going to the state playoffs.
They'll play next Saturday at sites to be selected. 37 seconds, the clock moving down. Well, the Bulldogs this year have scored 407 points, but they were held to 6, but it still counts as they make it 28 in a row.
That's going to be it, the last play. They're walking off.
Coach Henzes already coming across the field to shake Coach Curry's hand.
We saw a great one, didn't we? What a great football game. It's winding down. The final score, Berwick 6, Dunmore nothing. We'll be right back to wrap it up.
We're back where Berwick has just defeated Dunmore 6-0. And let's show you the only touchdown of the game by the man who had 100 yards rushing this afternoon. Joe Kowalski led to that. And of course, Joey Kelchner puts it in there for the touchdown. And that's the story on this one.
All right, well, final score, Berwick 6, Dunmore nothing. They're chanting, we want Joe, and I don't think it's Joe Kelchner. Now we'll pick up the football game in progress.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Today's Eastern Conference Championship game has been brought to you in part by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. When only the best will do, Quality Plus Ford dealers and you. National Paint and Supply Company, your wholesale and retail distributor for Bruning paint. Your local Pepsi Cola bottler, Pepsi, a generation ahead. The First Bank of Berwick. And by Kiefer's Jeans and More, your Levi headquarters. This has been another live and exclusive sports special presentation